Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Bloodshed unleashed. Nigerian soldiers suffer huge losses as Simon Ekpa boys kill many in cold blood. Details inside. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, good evening. Before I go into details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe and share. Now the details. The Biafra Liberation Army (BLA) has announced a significant development in its ongoing struggle against the Nigerian government, claiming to have neutralized a substantial number of Nigerian forces in Hold, Ebonyi State. This declaration, made on December 9, 2024, through a social media post by the Defense Headquarters of Biafra Liberation Forces, reflects the escalating tensions and persistent conflict in the region. The BLA, a paramilitary group advocating for the independence of Biafra, continues to engage in armed resistance against what it perceives as the occupation and oppression of the southeastern region of Nigeria by federal forces. The recent operation in Old Ebonyi State is being portrayed as a major victory for the group, signaling their resilience and capacity to challenge the authority of the Nigerian government in the contested region. The conflict between the Biafra movement and the Nigerian government has deep historical roots, tracing back to the Nigerian Civil War 1967 to 1970, often referred to as the Biafran War. That war, sparked by the southeastern region's declaration of independence as the Republic of Biafra, resulted in immense human suffering, with millions of lives lost to violence, starvation, and disease. Though the war ended over 5 decades ago, the grievances that fueled it, including perceived marginalization, economic exploitation, and cultural suppression, remain unresolved. In recent years, renewed calls for Biafran independence have gained momentum, driven by groups such as the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB) and its armed wing, the Biafra Liberation Army. These movements argue that the region continues to face systematic neglect and repression, necessitating a push for self-determination. Their efforts, however, have been met with a heavy-handed response from the Nigerian government, which views such activities as a threat to the nation's sovereignty and security. The latest claim by the BLA underscores the volatility of the situation. Old Ebonyi State, like other parts of the southeastern region, has witnessed recurring clashes between separatist groups and Nigerian security forces. These confrontations have resulted in significant casualties on both sides, as well as collateral damage to civilian lives and property. The human cost of the conflict continues to raise concerns among local and international observers, with calls for dialogue and peaceful resolution growing louder. While the BLA's announcement has sparked reactions among supporters of the Biafran cause, it has also drawn criticisms from those who advocate from non-violent approaches to self-determination. Some argue that the use of force only exacerbates the suffering of the civilian population and undermines the moral legitimacy of the movement. Others contend that armed resistance is a necessary response to what they described as the Nigerian government's oppressive tactics, including militarization, mass arrest, and extrajudicial killings in the region. The Nigerian government, for its part, has consistently rejected the notion of Biafran independence, emphasizing the indivisibility of the Nigerian state. Successive administrations have adopted a combination of military and political strategies to suppress separatist agitations, including deploying security forces to the southeast, proscribing pro-Biafra groups, and targeting their leaders for prosecution. However, critics argue that these measures have largely failed to address the root causes of the unrest and may have even deepened the sense of alienation among the region's population. The international community has largely taken a cautious stance on the Biafran's issue, balancing respect for Nigerian sovereignty with concerns with human rights abuses in the region. While some human rights organizations and diaspora groups have voiced support for the Biafran struggle, major global powers have refrained from endorsing the movement's demand for independence. Now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.